How many animals do you spot? There is 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have a pig, a skunk, a raccoon, and a goose. And they are all carrying something. So, let's begin. Look at the little pig getting ready for the vanity. And she has a list. Patsy's to-do list. And there's the goose with her little wagon and all of her tools. They look like gardening tools, harvesting tools. Poor John. I wonder what they are discussing. Neighborhood gossip, perhaps. Or maybe she's giving directions. I love this picture because all of the animals are working together. And we see some new animals. We see a mouse. I don't know if this is a hare or a fox, but this for sure is a hare. And we see the skunk and the goose again. Albert helped the children plant the garden. They cared for it together and watched it grow. Now it is time for the final harvest before their big Thanksgiving feast. But everyone is so busy. Who has the time? And will anyone remember? That is the question. The raccoon and goose. The raccoon has a piece of paper, and this is the piece of paper. Wednesday. Dear Albert, tomorrow is the PTA's Thanksgiving feast. The children and I are working on the last-minute details. There is just one little favor I'd like to ask you to do for us. We need a new table. And you are such a wonderful carpenter. I can't imagine anyone else building it. Can you find the time? I think it should look like this. Thank you for your help, Patsy Pig, President PTA. So Patsy wants Albert to build this table. It's quite a long table for all the animal friends. So Albert is getting all of the supplies and he's getting right to it. And he's building that table. It looks very, very good. He's got the glue. You see all of the wood shavings and even the bugs are helping. That's a little dragonfly. After finishing the table, Albert barely had time to pick a few carrots when he was interrupted with another note. Oh, we see the rabbit. Oh, look at this little animal. So cute. So what does the note say? Dear Albert, I hope you can find the time to help with just one more little thing. The children are busy working on their pilgrim hats and Indian headbands, so they can't finish these cross-legged turkeys. I thought I would have time, but I'm just too busy. The pieces are all pre-cut. Do hope you can find the time. How are you doing with the new harvest table? Can't wait to see it. Thank you. Patsy Pig. So they're making their Thanksgiving arts and crafts. You see the crayons, the scissors, the rulers. We see your little DIY turkey. Yesterday the girls made turkeys with items from around the house. So they used paper plates and they took a sponge and cut it up and made the beak. And they took this really pretty stationery that we had and cut it up for the feathers. And it came out really cute. Oh, well, he's making his cross-legged turkeys. They kind of start out like little kites almost, little paper airplanes, and then they turn into these turkeys. Very cool. I have to try that. But he made quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 that we can see here. And he has his basket, and he's out the door. Albert had just begun to pick the cauliflower when. What do you think? Another note. This time, the skunk is handing him the note. But of course, it's from Patsy. Hi, Albert. Guess who? Will you be able to help us with just one more thing? My volunteers and I are terribly busy binding the corn stalks for the feast, so we really don't have the time to clean up the picnic area. Will you do it? And if you see any pretty bright colored leaves, please save them for the table decorations and check the fire pit. Do we have enough firewood? Patsy Pig. P.S. Are you finished making the new table and the cross-legged turkeys yet? You do such good work. P.P.S. Since you'll be in the picnic area, will you be a dear and get the corn out of the corn crib? Just leave it in the cafeteria. So you see Patsy the pig and possibly a fox. It almost looks like a kangaroo. Maybe it is. I don't know. But they are creating little corn stalks for the feast. They're binding them together and tying them in little bundles with this plaid ribbon. Very nice. And Patsy has her little scissor I love all of her earrings. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 studs and 3 hoops. But Patsy is very demanding indeed. So you see Albert. There's quite a mess that he needs to clean up. He's collecting the fall leaves, the beautiful red fall leaves. And he's collecting the corn. And before you know it, someone else with a note. And Albert says, under his breath, "Oh no, not again." Dear Albert, I hope you haven't forgotten that you promised to make your scrumptious pumpkin pizza pies for the feast dessert. They are the children's favorite. Be sure to make plenty. I assume you'll want to make them this afternoon. I know that I would. There won't be time in the morning because of all the other last-minute things we'll have to do. Ta, Patsy Pig. P.S. Albert, you were just too special. The table and the cross-legged turkeys look magnificent. I feel like Patsy is definitely taking Albert for granted. So here he goes, picking his pumpkin. He picked a really big pumpkin to make sure he has enough pies. And he's cutting his pumpkin and putting all of the contents inside his little mixing bowl. And he's making his pie crust like little pizzas. Well, this is pizza, yes. So he's making his little pizza crust. I've never had a pumpkin pizza. That looks really interesting. And so we see there is 1, 2, 3 big pizzas. And he's out the door. And he has his little basket and his flashlight. And you can see that it is already getting pretty dark. And we have another note. And Albert, under his breath, says, "Oh no, now what?" And we have several different animals this time. One is giving the note, and then we have the other holding a flashlight, and 2 other ones just there for the trip. So he puts his little flashlight to the note and he starts reading it. I love this little scarecrow. It's of an owl. And we see a couple of bugs on the scarecrow. A ladybug, a grasshopper or beetle of some sort. And we see a praying mantis on this leaf and another dragonfly, I think. So, I wonder what Patsy has to say this time. Ow. Now she's just calling him Ow. We're all just simply exhausted. What a day it has been. We've locked up the office and we're taking these tired children home for the night. If I think of anything else we need, I'll tell you in the morning. I may need some help ironing all those pilgrim costumes. Can't have our Thanksgiving without those, now can we? Thanks, B.B. Albert, we made a hat for you too. Gary. I like the little heart. The shining heart. So, here we see Albert opening the door to the office, the Pleasant Alley School. I think that's what it's called. And he's typing up a letter. He looks like he's really concentrating. And he's finished with the letter, and he's taping it on to the office door. And then he's off to rest. I wonder what that note says. So we see Patsy the pig. We see her little hooves. And she's reading the note. It says, "Good morning, PTA. Glad you like the table. I'm pleased you are pleased with the cross-legged turkeys. The corn is in the cafeteria. The picnic area is clean. I stacked the wood by the fire pit. I gathered the leaves, and the pumpkin pizza pies are on the cooling racks. I've done every little thing you asked me to do. Glad to help. But did anyone think of the vegetables? Thanks, Albert." So now we see it is the next day, and Albert has his baskets and his wagon, and he's collecting all the vegetables. He has a carrot in his hand, and you see him gathering some more vegetables. And Patsy's like, "Oh my, we did forget about the vegetables." So now you see that all of the animals are helping to gather the vegetables. Finally, everyone is working together. We see the cauliflower, yummy, and the carrots. Finally, Patsy helped Albert pick the carrots and the cauliflower while the children gathered up every last head of nice fresh lettuce and cut all the flowers along the fence. Patsy picked the perfect pumpkin to use as a centerpiece. It was going to be a wonderful feast indeed. And look at this beautiful feast. We see the corn, the cauliflower, the carrots. We see the cross-legged turkeys, the beautiful table that Albert built. We see the leaves, the pumpkin pizza pies. We have some jams, some canned fruit and such. And we have some soup. This looks like seeds, like pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. Oh, maybe this is not soup, but it's more of like a cider. I'm not sure what this is, though. Maybe the napkins, yeah. We have the utensils. And honestly, I just love that. There's a turkey. There's a turkey that's going to enjoy the feast. Because as you can see, there's no meat. So that's really nice. All the animals can enjoy. So cute. I don't know what you call these flowers. Chrysanthemums, or maybe mums. Yeah. Oh, we have one more note. So it says, Dear Albert, the Pleasant Valley School PTA Thanksgiving feast was a big success. Thank you for all the little things you did to help. I don't know what we'd do without you. Sincerely, Patsy Pig, President PTA. P.S. Are you planting bulbs for the spring? I've got an idea for a spring flower show. I'll be in touch. That's just a foreshadowing of what's to come. I love Albert's feathered wings and how he holds onto the note. So cute. This was just a fun little read. I think we've all been there where we're asked too much of us and we're stretched too thin. But it's always important to tell the other person how you feel, because you never want to feel like you're taken for granted. But as you can see, everyone was really thankful for Albert. But I'm sure he was a bit frustrated. But it all worked out in the end. But I do feel with every problem, there's always a solution as long as you talk it out. This book is really old, so it's kind of crusty and dirty, but as you can see, there is actually recipes. We have Albert's pumpkin pizza pie, and we have Albert's pumpkin pizza pie dough. So for the insides of the pizza pie, you'll need 3 pounds of sweet pie dough, 3 cups mashed pumpkin, 3 eggs, 1 cup of sugar or honey, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, a 1/3 cup of whipping cream, pinch of salt, 1 cup of whipping cream whipped with 1 to 2 teaspoons of sugar, and 1/4 cup of each for each pie. You'll need chocolate chips or butterscotch chips or mint chips or white chocolate chips. I don't know what chips I would use. Probably chocolate chips because I love chocolate. Candied nuts, raisins, mini marshmallows. And then for the dough, you'll need 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 pound of butter or margarine, 2/3 cup sugar, and 3 whole eggs or 6 yolks. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little story, this little Thanksgiving special. And if you're doing any Black Friday shopping or Cyber Monday shopping, I hope that you get everything that your heart desires and you get the best sales and deals. And most importantly, I hope that you're sharing this time with the people that you love. And I'm giving you my biggest virtual hug. And I appreciate you spending some time with me today. And as always, as always,